what does a Spirit-filled Christian look like? Number 3, a Spirit-filled Christian calls on the name of the Lord. A Spirit-filled Christian, listen, calls on the name of the Lord. You know, you could say, I like Calvary, I like you're in the Word, but you know, sometimes you pray or it gets a little too spiritual. You know, I notice here, I'm standing in the back at worship, man. You start to, I'm like, wow, man, I hope everybody's wearing deodorant here. There's a lot of arms up, you know. People are worshiping the Lord, and that's awesome. But maybe you're here going, I'm not really for that. You know, I don't really like that so much. A Spirit-filled Christian calls on the name of the Lord. This is what happens, you know. My wife was out of the house the other day, and all the best stories happen when she's away. Because when she's home, everything's calm and collected. She's away, it's a little crazy. And, you know, my daughter, Selah, she was in the restroom, and all of a sudden, I heard her screaming. When I say screaming, it wasn't like she was bickering with her sister or brother. I know what that sounds like. It wasn't like she was faking it. She was screaming bloody murder, and I kid you not. It was like a cry for help. And as a father, I sprung to action. You know, I ran, and I think I broke something on the way. She's in the bathroom. I open the bathroom. She's, ah! I kid you not. She was screaming. What is it? And there in the bathroom, there was a little fly flying around, you know. And I said, man, I'm going to have to do the boy who cried wolf story with you here soon, because it's not going to work. If you're actually in trouble, I'm not going to come. But I kind of thought to myself, you know, even in our own lives, and I dealt with the fly. I don't know if you know that. I didn't say, well, the fly's too small for me, Father, to deal with. I was like, all right, you're that scared of it. Come on, let's go, you know. But, you know, for us, as followers of Jesus, I don't know if you know this, but you could call upon the name of the Lord. You could call upon the name of Jesus. You know, Acts chapter 4, verse 12, the disciples tell us there is no other name given among men by which we must be saved but the name of what? Jesus, that's it. There's no other name. You know, in like the illustration I shared with you, often, you know, we call on the Lord, and to us, it is the biggest problem that anyone has ever faced in the history of mankind. I mean, our brothers and sisters over in China and the Middle East that are being killed for following Jesus, you know, they don't know anything about the problems that we face, right? And we're calling out to the Lord, and it's the biggest thing, and we're screaming bloody murder, Jesus. And he gets there, and I think sometimes he gets there, he goes, wow, there's a fly. It's a fly, you know. It's not a fly. He's like, nah, it's a fly. But you can't handle it. He just kind of, oh, I can't believe you're so amazing. And that's the Lord, you know. But he's okay with that. He'll come. If you call, he'll come. It says whoever. The word literally means all whoever. Listen, because of what Jesus has done, anyone can be saved. Anyone. Anyone can be saved. The qualification isn't, well, how much sin do you have? If you have too much, there is a cutoff point at some point. No. Anyone can be saved. And you call on, it's to call aloud, to call forth. You know, and then he says, the name of the Lord.